last Friday, last week, working on stuff for my urbanites. My husband, he doesn't quite run, but he saunters in the room. And he looks a little dazed and confused. And he says, someone just stole our car. And I said, what you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
He said, someone just stole our car. It was sort of like, I couldn't believe it, which is a form of sort of like, what? I didn't know what he was saying. Like, what? The car. And he didn't believe it either, because you see that? Dr. Lisa speaking a very shallow truth here. I want to have a good night's sleep, and I don't want extra wrinkles on my face. I refuse for those criminals that took my car to have me have extra wrinkles while they're joyriding in my car. Like, does that make sense? I can't allow two thieves to hijack my peace. I can't allow it.
Just stop the car.
You are entering the Urban Suite with Dr. Lisa Lacan. Let's talk about urban issues plaguing our community.
Good to hear. That's good to hear.
Let's talk about mental health.
Oh, Lisa, you have entered the Urban Suite with me, Dr. Lisa Lacan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, tonight we have another fantastic show. This is part 2. We're talking about how to maintain your peace. I need you at this point in time. I need you to like, I need you to share, because this information just may help you. It may help a loved one. It may help your friends. It may help your frenemies. It may help anyone within the sound of my voice. So listen, I need you like, share, and I need you to join. And we're going to talk about that a little later. But I want to talk to you about tonight how to maintain your peace. Namaste. Thank you, Miss Felicia. Yes. And I think you had a birthday. And because you are loyal, I'm going to gift you with a book called Seeking Science. And it is written by your Sora. Her name is Dr. Jennifer Payne Parrish. I'm going to gift you that book for the holiday. Read it, tell people about it. It is a phenomenal book. Seeking Science by your Sora, Dr. Jennifer Payne Parrish. And happy belated birthday. All right, so when we come back after our missing person and a word from our sponsor, Blessed Ministries Incorporated, we are going to get into part 2 of how to maintain your peace. All right, so stick with us. We'll be right back. All right, so this is our missing person segment, and we do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every time I go live, and tonight is no exception. So who do we have tonight? We have, and I apologize if I am pronouncing your name incorrectly, but it looks like Zabia or Zabaya Carter. She has been missing since November the 11th, 2023 from Montgomery County, Maryland. That's where my family is from, in the neck of the woods, Montgomery County, Maryland. She is 15 years old. She is female. Her race is Black. Her complexion is medium. She is 5 feet, 130 pounds. Her hair color is black. Her hair length is shoulder length, and her eye color is brown. Listen, she was last seen on November 11th, 2023 at 7 p.m. in the 11230 block of Oak Leaf Drive in White Oak, Maryland. She is traveling with a small black and white puppy. Her circumstances of her disappearance, it's unknown. But anyone with information, please contact the Montgomery County Police Department, and that number is area code 301 279 8000. Let me repeat that for my Spotify family, my iHeartRadio, Amazon, Google Podcasts, family, all of those audio platforms. All right. That is the Montgomery County Police Department. And that telephone number is area code 301 279 8000, which is 8000. Or you can contact BAMFI, that's the Black and Missing Foundation Incorporated, at 877-97-BAMFI, which translates into 22634. So let's bring 15-year-old Zabiah Carter from Montgomery County, Maryland home. All right. So last week we discussed about faith, how to acquire faith. And I gave an illustration about what faith is. So basically, faith is the absence of a disturbed mindset. I'm sorry, peace is the absence of a disturbed mindset. So when you have peace, basically what I discussed last week was peace starts in your mind. Whatever your mind is acting out, the image that you are thinking about, is it disruptive? Is it confusing? Is it full of calamity in your mind space? So whatever you're thinking about. So peace is the absence of a disturbed mind. So when people say free your mind or clear your mind so that you can have peace, that's basically what it is. And I gave the analogy of someone sitting in a movie theater. When you're sitting in a movie theater, in order to acquire what's on the screen, you have options. You can, number one, you can sit in the movie for the entire time, and you can take on what has been projected to you the entire time of that movie. Or you can get up out of your seat and get up out of the movie theater, and then guess what? That movie scene will cease to exist. So you wouldn't have any idea what's happening. It's sort of like it's been deleted or erased in your mind because it's done. It's black. It's not there. Or you can still sit in the movie theater, but not be focused on those images that are being projected onto you. So you have a couple of options. So when it comes to peace of mind, what movie scene is playing in your mind over and over and over again? And we call these thoughts that persist over and over and over again. They're ruminating thought patterns. So if your ruminating thought patterns are disruptive, if your ruminating thought patterns are disturbing, if your ruminating thought patterns want to fill you with thoughts that give you anxiety, that's where you don't have peace. So basically, I talked about how to acquire peace, and it takes practice. It takes practice to actually attempt to remove the thoughts in your head space. Because if you continue with those negative thought patterns, ruminating with those thought patterns of negativity, that's what's going to manifest in your life. So, tonight, part two, we're going to talk about how to maintain your peace. Because I also said last week, there's a difference between acquiring your peace and maintaining it. And I gave an illustration. I said, with this eyeglass case, I have a hold of it, but guess what? I could drop it and let it go, meaning I did not maintain it. Oftentimes, we may have peace in chunks. It may ebb and flow, meaning sometimes it stops and then it starts, it stops and then it starts. But don't you want a life of peace that is consistent? Now, I know things happen because it happens to me. And I gave a story about how someone stole our car, literally from our driveway. And I had the peace that surpasses all understanding, because I know where my peace comes from. I did not have those negative thoughts. I did not have thoughts of, okay, they're going to get in the car, they're going to crash the car, they're going to do all this stuff with the car. I didn't even have those thoughts. And I also stated last week that my peace comes from my relationship with the Lord. Jesus Christ is my Lord and anchor with the Holy Spirit. And that's how I have my peace. I have my peace by meditating on the Word of God. I have my peace from studying the Word of God. I have my peace from knowing what God has brought me through in the past. So I'm thinking, if he brought me through certain situations and circumstances in the past, because he doesn't change, he will do the same thing today. So who do we have here? Karen D. Karen D, what does she say? Let's see. Hi, Karen D. My faith, my home, knowing that my girls are okay and listening to gospel music. Amen. How do you maintain peace? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. And then Felicia says, thanks for the birthday wishes. Yes. And you know what? That's how we can maintain our peace. We can maintain our peace by looking at what we are grateful for. All right. What we are grateful for, not what is causing us distress, not what is causing us, calamity, but what are you grateful for? Remember, I will always say this: what you focus on will grow. So if you're focused on negativity, that's what's going to grow. If you're focused on calamity, that's what's going to grow. But if you focus on the things that you are grateful for, how many things? I'm grateful because I just woke up. Let's see, I maintain my peace by meditating every day. Yes, absolutely. And when you're meditating, you're clearing your mind of all of the negative disturbances that could hijack your peace. Don't you want your peace to be hijacked by something positive? So let me tell you about how I maintain my peace, because everyone is different. Everyone is different as long as it is positive. So a long time ago, I lived in Brooklyn. And at that time, I didn't have a car. I was single, had very little money. So I had to catch the train everywhere. And who wants to drive in Brooklyn? I gave my car away. Like, I was not driving in Brooklyn. So I was catching the train, and I was on off of Caitlin, I think Caitlin Avenue or something like that. I can't remember. But the train station, if you are familiar with some of the train stations in Brooklyn, you have to walk down all these steps. It's like a lot of steps you walk down to get to the toll booth. And at that time, we had the tokens or the cards. I can't remember which one, but I think it was the tokens. So as I was walking down the steps, now, mind you, it was pouring outside. It was raining so hard, and I did not have an umbrella. I forgot my umbrella. And as I was walking down the steps, my shoelaces were untied. And then I had books in my hand, and then they fell, and I was so upset. I was like, I can't believe I'm getting wet. I'm dropping all the books, and now my shoelaces are untied. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? I kid you not. This man came down the steps and he had no legs. He had no legs. He had crutches, maneuvering himself, walking down the steps. He only had like thighs. The bottom half of his legs, like his calves, were gone. He had no feet. Here I am complaining about walking down the stairs and my shoelaces being undone. And I kid you not, 5 to 10 seconds later, here comes this man ambulating down the stairs with no legs. Talk about a sobering, humble moment in my life. And it was at that point in time where I said, I am not grateful. I am not grateful. I was not grateful because I was too busy focused on what I did not have versus what I have. And if you are that type of person, you're always focused on what you don't have versus what you do have, you will never maintain peace. Never. Because you're focused on what you don't have, and it makes you, in a sense, have a very negative disposition about life, rather than focused on, oh my God, God woke me up this morning. I have 2 feet. I have 2 legs. I have 2 arms. Things we take for granted. Things we take for granted. I remember not too long ago, I was talking with someone who had COVID, and they said to me about them, the scariest part, which was interesting, the scariest part about them having COVID was they could not taste their food. And they realized at that point in time how they took that sense of taste for granted. Who do we have here? Let's see. Right, not funny, but hysterical. Right. When the man, he had no legs. And I thought, like, yes, what a lesson. That, I'm telling you, that lesson, Felicia, that was, oh my gosh. And I think little things like that, how when I ask people, you know, God will reveal himself to you. If you say, God, how do you see me? He reveals himself in things like that, where you see yourself as a negative person. You see yourself focused on, you know, just the things that we should be thankful for. But this young lady, she said, you know what? All these years, I've taken my taste of food for granted. And I'm sure a lot of us do. I am sure a lot of us take our sight for granted. We take our hearing ability for granted. We take the ability to walk, you know, for granted. We take the ability to clap with our 2 hands for granted. Just the simple things. Because I always say, sometimes some people, they woke up not being alive. Today is a beautiful day, another day to start over, to start anew, to start afresh, to start thinking about the things that you are grateful for. So, maintaining your peace. In order to maintain your peace, sometimes you have to renew your mind. You have to renew your mind outside of doing things, outside of dancing, outside of playing with music or listening to music, outside of reading, outside of doing those external things, inwardly and internally. That's where it all begins. And sometimes you have to renew your mind and not be focused on the negative things, but focused on the things that perhaps you take for granted. So, this is why I have an exercise, because next week I'm doing Gratitude Unleashed. I need you all, my urban knights, to name at least 5 things that you were grateful for. Yes, next week, Gratitude Unleashed, exploring the power of being thankful. Yes, for your homework, name 5 things, at least 5 things that you are grateful for. And I want you to write them down. And throughout the day, I want you to say, I am so thankful for X, Y, and Z. I am so thankful for X, Y, and Z. I am so thankful. Thankful for You know what? Thank you, Kimberly Waters. I am so, you're going to make me cry. I am so thankful for my family. I am thankful how I was raised. I'm thankful for my grandparents. I'm thankful for my mom, my dad, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my sister. I am so thankful. My husband, my daughter. I have so much to be thankful for. How dare I look at what I don't have? I love you too. This is my cousin. Oh, I love you too. I'm thankful for what she has imparted in my life. I'm thankful for what her dad imparted in my life. I shared about my Uncle George, who died a couple of years ago. I am so thankful. So thankful. I'm so thankful for her mom, my Aunt Phyllis. So thankful. How dare I focus on what I don't have when I have all these beautiful jewels in my life? How do I maintain? I maintain by focusing on the good. Even though I lost people, even though I lost family members throughout the years, I focus on the wonderful times that we have. I never try to have regrets. Even when my uncle passed this past summer, I made it my business in May to go and see him because I knew in my heart that he was not going to last. I made it my business and I have no regrets. I have no regrets. So I am so thankful. I'm telling you, and this is how we can maintain it. We can maintain it by focusing on the things that we are grateful for. And if you have to practice it, get into the habit of it every single day to say, you know what? I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my husband. I'm thankful, just whatever it is, because that's how you maintain peace. And let me tell you about peace. When you maintain your peace, your immune system is no longer as compromised because you don't have stress. You can sleep at night just a tad bit better. because you have that peace, because you're so focused on the good and not the bad. Sometimes there are voices that speak to us that say, oh, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this, you don't have that. You have to get in the habit of telling those voices to shut up and say to yourself, even out loud, well, you know what? I may not have that, but guess what I do have? I have my health. I have my strength. I have my tribe. I have my village. I have my employment. I have X, Y, and Z. And you have to keep naming it and keep naming it and keep naming it and keep naming it. Now, outwardly, some of the things that we can do to maintain, our peace: exercise. Exercise is so important for our body, for our mind, for our blood flow, for just about everything. If you're not the type of person who is really involved in exercising, just start off by walking, just walking. And I always say, if you don't like walking initially, go to the mall and just walk. There are a lot of mall walkers. And I tell people all the time, especially my seniors, go to the mall and just walk the mall. In the mall, they have stairs, they have escalators just in case, they have seating, they even have food, they have restrooms, they have everything in the mall. Just go walking. And as you walk, breathe. Breathing is so important, how you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. That's really intentional breathing. And what that does is it allows oxygen to come up into your brains so that you're thinking about more positive things so you can be more focused. Another thing that I enjoy doing yoga. Yoga, I have to say, I really enjoy yoga. I was doing yoga today, but Lord, I started sweating and it was like, ugh. But I really enjoy it because I'm concentrating on my body. I'm concentrating on my breathing and I'm experiencing mindfulness. I'm fully aware of everything at that point in place. I'm fully aware of my hands, my arms, my legs, my core, my breathing,
Yeah,
all at the same time.
yeah, Dr. Lisa, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like you were saying, exercise is important, but exercise and nowadays everybody goes to the gym. Everybody goes. A
Right.
lot of people go to the gym. They be working out
Mhm.
and stuff, but that's different than like the meditation and the yoga because it's concentrating on those things and talk about how that's different. Even when you're jogging, you're having to concentrate on your breathing and so you can keep your pace and so you can last however long you're trying to run and
Right.
stuff.
Endurance.
You have to.
Yes.
But if you just lifting weights and stuff like that, that's kind of not exactly the same thing that you're talking
Well,
about.
it depends. It depends because you have to use a form of concentration to lift weights as well.
Mhm.
So, say for instance, if you're lifting 100 and so pounds, sometimes your mind, it's mind over matter. You have to go someplace else to do that particular that to me that's a different skill set.
Yeah.
It really is. And I wouldn't discredit
I'm not
that.
discrediting it. I just think
Mhm.
it's different kind of exercise than what you're talking about because this is leading more to peace. That's leading more to like a good body and stuff. That's not. I don't know if that's they're not really focused on the same thing. One is just
Well,
fun.
no, I can't. I don't know. I don't know. So let's look at this. People who are incarcerated, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of them lift weights. Now, why do you think a lot of them lift weights?
Yeah, but I'm better to do.
Okay, so it gets their mind off of what?
Yeah, being locked up and stuff.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So that is their form of acquiring and maintaining peace.
Yeah. All right. For some people, it's like that. I'm just saying, like, I think the yoga and the meditation should be promoted more to people, like as a form of good exercise that can help them in other ways and just like looking good. Like that's not what you know what I'm saying? That's not what you concentrating on. I feel like when
Right,
people really
right.
work out,
So,
that's not
yoga, to me, yoga has all of those benefits. Let's see. Those things are also a meditation, right? If you are aware of how your body is working, let's see, how your body and how it feels, that is meditation too. Right, exactly. All of that. I think there are a lot of benefits to yoga. There are a lot of benefits to lifting weights. So with yoga, it's not only the meditation of your mind, but you are working core muscles. Like you're
Yeah.
going to have tight glutes
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah,
do
yeah,
it consistently. You're going to be very flexible. You're going to be very limber. You're going to be very toned. And you're going to look good in those yoga pants. So people that do yoga, it's like, yes, that could be one of the benefits, but it is also a benefit of your body looking good.
yeah. I think yoga should get promoted more in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay,
because
so
it
that's what
has
you're
that the
right.
plus, it has that plus, but then like it goes to the core of maintaining your peace too, though. You know what I mean? It
It
has that
does.
extra benefit, I feel like.
Right. Well, that's the principle of it, is to maintain your peace, and the poses and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that, and just the whole environment and the ambiance of it with the music playing and stuff like that. So yes, it is, but not everyone wants to do yoga. Some people swim, like
Yeah, okay, okay.
you have people that swim. I know a wonderful
Oh,
friend.
what you said.
She said, right. I've seen walking meditation too. Yeah. I'm telling you, walking,
Mhm,
swimming, riding your bike,
mhm.
any type of movement where you're focused on the benefit of that particular exercise is fine,
And I feel
especially
like
if the benefit is healthy.
and but focusing on that breathing is a part of it, because like the bike riding, the jogging, the yoga, those are all like focused on the breathing part, you know?
Yes. So when I go jogging, I don't know how people do it. Like I can't talk and jog at the same time. Like I just can't, my stamina would not, I can't do it. There's no way. My endurance level just would not last. It just would not last. So you have to find what works for you. Weightlifting will not work for me. That's not my lane of finding and maintaining my peace. That is not mine. You have to
Right.
find what works for you because it's individualized.
Because like that wouldn't be your piece. Going to the gym, like lifting no weights and doing that stuff, that would not be it for you.
No.
And let's think like the environment of where you're at too is part of it. Like the yoga studio is good because, like you said, the music and everything like that. But you don't go run on a treadmill. You like to run out in nature and stuff. Like you like to run
Right.
outside.
But now
Because
when I
it's cold.
go, right, but when I go out of town, like to the hotels and stuff, I do sometimes do the treadmill if I have not, looked at the whole landscape of where the hotel is and the
Uh-huh.
streets and, to kind of lay out the land. Sometimes I do use the treadmill. I put my music on, and that's another thing that I do, my music. And then I have the house of fitness where we work out in a gym, and it's high impact exercise. And that gives me peace too, because at that point in time, I'm only thinking about, okay, let me get through this hour. This music is banging. I'm having fun, and it's just great. And then your endorphins are like being ejected, and it's just, so that's how I maintain my peace. But, there are two different ways. Like I said, internally, oftentimes you have to renew your mind to think about the things that you are grateful for and to constantly grab on hold of that and don't allow those negative thoughts to surface or to resurface. But when they do, practice those things. What am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? I would love to talk to you about the meditation I practice. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Deal. We're going to talk. Absolutely. That's Felicia. So it's very, very, very important that we talk about what's happening internally as well as what's happening externally. Because at the end of the day, when both of them are in sync, that's where that peace comes from. Now, how does it look? So if you've seen, I can talk about how it doesn't look. It looks like a person, if you're confronted with a person, and I talked about this last week, that has road rage, right? And you're calm, your disposition is calm, you're unbothered. because your mind is unbothered. So whatever your mind is, that's how your body is going to manifest. So when you're confronted with a person, say for instance, with road rage, you're going to be very calm. You're going to have a calm disposition. You're going to just be like, okay, you're right. Have you ever met a person and they wanted to, in a sense, egg you on, but you were just so calm and they were so confused? It was so confusing to them because you're not in a place where you want to go there. You're not in a place where you want to have drama. You're not in the place, and you just say, okay, you're right. And oftentimes when I say that, I do really mean that. And I don't say it just to poo-poo the situation or poo-poo it off. I really mean, you know what? You're right. You're right. But some people can't handle that because they like the drama. So oftentimes when you're with a person who's walking in all of this drama, 9 times out of 10, they're lacking peace at that moment. And as a way to diffuse what they're giving off, oftentimes that peace is like a fire extinguisher. It really is. You just say, okay, and walk away, or say, you know what? You're right. You're right.
You know
I
what,
learned
Doctor?
a lesson. Uh-huh.
Dr. Lisa, on that note, I want to ask you one thing to answer right now, but then another thing after we take a break. The thing to answer right now is you talked a little bit last week, and this ties in what you're just saying. You talked a little bit last week about how you can't give people the power to steal your peace. Just
That is
reiterate
correct.
that real quick, and then we'll take a break.
Right.
Back.
You know, some people are hijackers of your peace. Now, do they do it on purpose? Some, yes. Some may not do it on purpose. I don't care if it's on purpose or not. They try to steal your peace. So last week, when I talked about the two guys that stole our car, I said I refuse to give them control over my peace, because that's what I would do if I allow myself not to walk in my peace. I am giving two thieves who were joyriding in my car, I'm handing over my peace to them. I'm having them control me. And I said, I cannot do that. And I talked about unforgiveness. And oftentimes, when we walk around with unforgiveness, we are saying to that person, you have control over me, and I'm giving you my peace. You're hijacking my peace, and I'm giving you permission. I refuse for that to happen in my life. I don't want anyone to hijack my peace, or I don't want to give permission to anyone to take my peace. And that's a part of maintaining it and keeping it. Yes, I am selfish in a sense with my peace, and you have to be selfish with your peace and say, you cannot have my peace. Your peace is your peace. My peace is my peace. I can't share my peace with you. I can't. My peace is not like a virus in a sense. It can be contagious, but I cannot give my peace, what's happening in my mind, to you. But I can't allow you to take my peace, to hijack it. I have to protect my peace, because the question I asked last week also, would you rather, and I need you to be honest, would you rather have $100 million or a peace of mind? That's a pretty profound question. And I said, I would rather have my peace of mind, because I lived at one point in time in my life without peace. And what does that look like? it looks like you want to harm yourself. It looks like you want to harm others. That's what not having peace will do. You wouldn't even be able to enjoy the $100,000 or $100 million. You wouldn't be able to enjoy it. Let's see, peace of mind. Yes, peace of mind is a state of mind. It is a mindset. And we have to get this through to the urban community. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? What are the movie scenes that are being acted out in your head? What are the characters that it's not allowing you to have peace? So let's see.
You know what?
For some people, weight can be meditation too. Absolutely.
You know what? On that note, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I want you to welcome our new member.
Yes. All right. We'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah, because we have a brand new member.
Yeah. Peace is a state of mind. It's like when you go to the movies, right? You see these images projected to you. So in your mind, you have these images also.
Ugh.
So you have to ask yourself,
what would the hero of your life's movie do right now?
What are you thinking?
I don't know what was going on in her head.
What were you thinking?
What is the movie scene that is playing repeatedly in your head?
If your life was a movie and it started now,
you choose to have peace.
I choose.
So your thoughts are sort of like that projection. What is so listen, that sneak peek is so important because the last thing she said, personally, I'm choosing. She's choosing one path, whereas I would choose another path, but we have the power and the ability to choose. So in that sense, we have authority over our lives. And it comes to a point of, what are you choosing to focus on? Are you choosing to focus on negative things, the negativity? Are you choosing to focus on the positive things, being positive? What are you choosing to focus on? So that is pretty much, the brunt of how to maintain your peace. And I want to thank Melanin's sister. She became a YouTube member. Listen, membership is different than subscribing. So the membership is only through YouTube. Only through YouTube. I have 3 suites you can join to become a member. The first one is a monthly, and you can do it with your credit card. It's only $2.99. And that's Urban Suite number 1. Urban Suite number 2 is $6.99. And then Urban Suite number 3 is $24.99. Now, this is the thing. 100% of the proceeds go to Blessed Ministries Incorporated. Blessed Ministries Incorporated, we are a human services workforce development agency in the state of New Jersey, a premier workforce development agency, not for profit. 100% of everything goes to Blessed Ministries. And then you may say, Lisa, where does it go? Well, it goes to work uniforms. It goes to our clients getting their driver's license renewed. A lot of people, when they come home from prison, they don't have the funding to get their driver's license. So we help with that. And it also helps us augment some of our services. We have expungement services, and oftentimes the funding that we have, it doesn't cover all of these things. So I am reaching out to you all, my urban nights, $2.99 a month, $6.99 a month, or $24.99 a month, and all proceeds 100% go towards Blessed Ministries Incorporated. If you would like more information about Blessed Ministries, the website is www.bmiworks.org. Please look at the website. You can call the office. People will answer the phone, right, Curtis?
Yes, yes, they will. and
People
you know,
will-
and
Uh-huh.
also that goes to real practical stuff, like because we do a lot of things like work boots. People don't like if they want to start a warehouse job, but they don't have the right attire, or if they want to go to an interview, they don't have suits and stuff like that. Like
Yep.
especially just coming home. So it's a lot of practical stuff like that.
Yep.
That money goes to help.
Absolutely,
Provide.
absolutely. So I want to say thank you, Melanin's sister. She's been very faithful, and this is only on YouTube. So if you go to Urban Tools for Change Network on my YouTube channel, you'll see the little button that says join. You hit the join, and then you too can, once we have some items available as a special thank you, you will be gifted something as well, because we appreciate you. We thank you, our Urbanites, for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting us these 2 years. So again, this is different than the subscribers. And currently we are at 14,500 subscribers. So I just want to say thank you so very much. And I hope you all are getting something out of this. Definitely. So for next week, I have homework for you all. I need you to write a list of 5 things that you're grateful for, and for you to share them with me. And then I'm going to share mine with you. I think I did a couple of things tonight and I got emotional. I told you I cry all the time. I feel like Wendy Williams. I just cry. And that's another way where I have peace. I don't hold it back. I just can't hold my tears back, because I think when I hold my tears back, I think that's stressful. And then that's another way of me getting extra wrinkles on my face. I don't want no extra wrinkles. So if I have to cry, I'm going to cry. I am a big crybaby. That's what you have to know about Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa will cry, especially when it comes to talking about my family, my loved ones, talking about God. I'm just a baby. I
think it was a very powerful moment. And I think it was, and you brought a tear to my eye as well.
Oh,
right. I think that's very powerful sentiment. So I think it's that.
I'm getting ready to cry again.
No. Let's continue, because let's wrap it up so we can But everybody, for Thanksgiving is coming up. Everybody's gonna be thankful on Thanksgiving.
Yes. And then I cannot focus on the founding of Thanksgiving. I can't focus on that. See, and that's what gets people upset. Oh well, it wasn't. I'm focused on spending time with my family.
Right.
Because as I grow older, my family is shrinking. Yeah. I'm focused on that. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on what happened 300, 400 years ago. I don't care about it. Yeah. I really don't. So yes.
And you're happy that you don't have to cook. You just gonna have to travel and make some potato salad.
Yes.
See, I always used to have to cook. I'm glad I don't have to cook this year.
Oh God, no way. Oh, I'd rather go to a restaurant than get Dr. Lisa don't like to cook.
What's your favorite food at Thanksgiving to have? What's something that you really love to have during Thanksgiving? Or something that just reminds you.
Y'all gonna kick me out the urban suite.
Oh no, don't say bean casserole.
No. Pumpkin pie.
She ain't say sweet potato pie. She said pumpkin pie.
I know.
She got.
I love pumpkin pie.
Well, okay, so they always make it down there in Maryland.
Yes.
Okay, they have special, but they have sweet potato pie too, I'm sure, right? No,
not really, no.
Oh, they like the pumpkin, huh?
Yeah, my family is the pumpkin pie family.
Oh, okay.
I really didn't grow up with sweet potato pie, to be perfectly honest.
Okay.
It was always pumpkin. Okay. So my mom does a great pumpkin.
Yeah.
And my Aunt Phyllis does great devil eggs. Oh, eggs were so good.
And you know what? It's contrary to popular belief, pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie are not that much different. You know what I'm saying? I like pumpkin pie too. I don't like it as much as sweet potato pie, but it's not that much different. People be trying.
Yeah, no. It's the same sweets. Loaded with sugar, brown sugar, My mac and cheese is the bomb. All right, boom.
Yeah, she does. My sister has good mac and cheese. I ain't gonna lie. And her prime ribs too. But
Ooh, see, I don't eat that, but I love mac and cheese.
but that's we don't do that Thanksgiving. I need some of the prime rib though.
So what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Oh well, I'm gonna just see my son and my
Mhm.
grandkids.
Oh,
And
nice.
that'll be it. And you know, I always cook for me and my cats. They always get some extra.
All 20 of them.
Me and my neighbor next door, we're gonna give them some nice Thanksgiving meal. They always happy around Thanksgiving time.
Well, my prayer is that everyone in my listening ear have a wonderful holiday. If you don't celebrate, because I have people listening in Australia, the UK, Canada, I totally know that you don't celebrate Thanksgiving as a formal holiday. However, it's so important to spend quality time with the people that you love. Don't hold grudges. Reach out and tell people that you love them. Give them their flowers while they're here and living. Reach out, hug them, love on them. If you haven't reached out to someone in a long time and you've been thinking about them, send them a text message, call them, reach out to them however you can, and just say, I've been thinking about you and I love you and I miss you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So anyway, my urbanites, I think we're done, Mr. Curtis.
Yes, I think that's a good note to end on.
Yes. So as
Happy
always, I want to
Thanksgiving.
say yes, happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for joining me in the Urban Suite with Dr. Lisa Lacan, where you laugh, learn, cry, and grow. Molly, take us away.